Hello, this is Unit 2, Video 2. Okay, so what we're going to continue is with the vocabulary. The vocabulary about the media, in this case, okay? Because the media many times talks about crime. So we are going to see important vocabulary in the media in order to understand crime, yes? We have to answer true or false to the following questions to show that we understand the word in blue, okay? So the press is usually interested in real events, yes or no? That's true. Reporters or reporteros work in the theater, of course not, that's false. The front page of a newspaper is at the end. Front is at the front, so it can't be at the end, so that's false, yes? You can get a daily newspaper. Daily means today, tomorrow, next day, etc. Daily newspaper once a week. Once a week is once a week, one time a week. So if it is daily, this is also false. A headline is the title of an article. The title, yes, of course, the title, el título. Yes, this is true. A news source, fuente de información. News source asks for information, asks pedir. No, it gives information, it provides information, so this is false. Scoop is an exclusive news story. Yes, of course, you know what a scoop is. Breaking news. Breaking news is information about an event that has just happened now, so it's true, yes. Now, let's continue with some vocabulary. Now, you have to use these blue words to complete the sentences. It's quite easy, but okay, we have to understand the words. Tabloid, cover the news, news bulletins, hold a press conference, live broadcast and published. Okay, so the ancient Romans, the earliest daily newspapers on stone and piedra. So they did what? We need a verb here. Romans, we need a verb, so published. Yes. US President Woodrow Wilson was the first president to talk to journalists. So was the president to hold a press conference. Yes. The Daily Mirror was the first with articles about sensational items. So the Daily Mirror was the first newspaper, a tabloid, another word for newspaper. The first away from a television studio, away, not in the television studio, but away. So live broadcast away from a television studio took place at a fire in New York. CNN was the first television channel to cover the news 24/7, and the news items in early television news bulletins were often several days off. Okay, so great, finished with this. Now I want you to use this vocabulary in the two columns, criminal and what's an action. An action has to be a verb. So burglar, is it an action or a criminal? So it's a criminal. Murderer, criminal. Murder is here and murderer is here. To mug is an action. Shoplifter, it's the person. Mugger, it's the person. Rob is the action. Steal is the action. And kill is the action. Yes, all those verbs are related to crime, and all those names are the criminals that take part in a crime. Yes, burglar, murderer, shoplifter, mugger. And for the action, we've got murder, mug, rob, steal, and kill. So the burglar does what? The burglar steals, yes, the burglar robs or steals. The murderer murders or kills. Shoplifter steals. And the mugger mugs, okay? And now for the grammar. We're going to do a little bit of grammar today. So the grammar we're going to do this time is the present perfect simple. The structure of the present perfect simple is the verb to have, has for the third person, and the past participle. Remember that the past participle is the third column of the verb. So for example, irregular verbs, come, came, come, see, saw, seen, go, went, gone, the third column is the past participle. For regular verbs, stop, stopped, stopped with ed, okay? So let's read the report and then I want you to answer these questions. A dangerous prisoner escaped from the police station last night. The police have not found him yet and have asked the public for help. Since this request is broadcast, they have received some useful tips. That's our report. Now, I want you to tell me, the verbs in bold refer to an action. What type of action? They refer to actions, but what action? An action that took place at an unspecified time in the past. So which one is it? Unspecified time. Un tiempo no específico en el pasado. So we use the perfect for that. Yes, the perfect for that. The present perfect. An action that started in the past and continues until the present. Started in the past and goes right up to now. So we use it's have not found, the perfect. And which verb in bold refers to a completed action in the past. Or in the past, and it's an action that it was completed at a specific time in the past. So that's the past simple. Escaped, the past simple. In which tense is used? The past simple. Yes. So that's the present perfect simple. Let's do an exercise about the present perfect simple, and then we'll see what you think. So complete the beginnings of these news reports using the present perfect simple. So the president just to China, White House official the reason for this unplanned visit yet. We have to use fly and not announced. So we use fly. The president, we need the perfect. So the verb to have and the third column or the past participle of the verb. Fly, flew, flown. So has just flown to China. Yes. And the next, White House officials haven't announced the reason for this unplanned visit. Yes, announced is regular. Snowstorm. Recent snowstorms, serious problems all over the country. There's no since yesterday evening. Verbs caused and not stopped. Both are regular. So recent snowstorms have caused serious problems all over the country, and the snow not stopped since. So hasn't stopped since yesterday evening. New neighbors. In recent years, people more and more wild animals in cities. Groups of coyotes already to residential areas near Chicago. See and move. See is irregular. See, saw, seen, and move is regular. So, in recent years, people have seen more and more wildlife animals in cities, and groups of coyotes have already moved. Search for climbers continues. Climber Emily Hart with anyone since she left her hotel last Monday. Rescue teams any sign of her. Not communicate, which is regular, and not find, which is irregular. Find, found, found. So climber Emily Hart hasn't communicated with anyone since she left her hotel last Monday. Rescue teams not find. Haven't found, because it's irregular, the past participle, any sign of her, not communicate. So that's the present perfect. And that's all for today, folks. We finish with this, with our